I really consider myself a feminist.
Prepare to see remarkable partnerships that defy expectations and prejudices. These couples demonstrate that love has no bounds and that with loyalty and trust, you can overcome any obstacle in life. From unexpected partnerships that cross cultural borders to age-defying love, here are 20 most unusual couples proving that love is blind. Number 20. Shortest couple. Paulo Gabriel da Silva Barros and Katusia Lia Hoshino are the world's smallest married couple, a status they proudly held when they traveled to London in 2016 to visit the Guinness World Records office in commemoration of Guinness World Records Day. Their total height of only 180 centimeters cemented their place in history, a monument to their remarkable love story that began years before. Their trip began in September 2015 when they exchanged vows. Paulo is just 90 centimeters tall, while Katusia is 91 centimeters tall, making her the taller half of their remarkable partnership. Their amazing connection, on the other hand, did not happen immediately. Their love story is intriguing since it began in 2006 when they met on Orkut, a now-defunct social networking platform. Paulo fell head over heels with Katusia, describing her as very pretty. However, Katusia's emotions first followed a different path, causing her to ban him on the instant messaging platform. Nonetheless, perseverance paid off, and Paulo ultimately won her heart. Through years of internet communication, their connection grew and flourished. They maintained their love despite the distance that separated them. They managed a long-distance romance for 4 years, reconnecting every 2 months to bridge the geographical divide. Katusia made a life-changing choice in January 2012 to transfer from her homeland of Londrina to Paulo's village of Itapeva. Number 19. Man and Doll. Faced with a fatal cancer diagnosis, a Chinese man began on an unusual but touching journey by marrying a doll. His motivation, however unorthodox, was compassion. He wished to experience the magnificence of a wedding before his untimely death, while avoiding the sorrow of leaving behind a bereaved wife. Their wedding was a bizarre combination of truth and artificiality, captured in a series of emotional images. In one shot, the pair are warmly embracing in front of a bright window, their reflection dancing sweetly in a shadowed mirror, their gazes locked with one another, exuding love and devotion. The bride, an inanimate item, was clothed in the finest bridal apparel, decked in several wedding outfits, and was attended to by a cosmetics artist. One vision showed her in an elegant white gown with a flowing train, while the young guy knelt alongside her, embodying deep commitment. In another photograph, the doll was dressed in a lavender gown decorated with sequins and valuable stones. As they stood in front of a large, bright window, the young man embraced her from behind. Their unorthodox love seemed shockingly sincere. If not for the bride's unmistakable plasticity, they might easily be mistaken for any other young couple commencing on a lifelong adventure together. Number 18. Winston and Mayfair Clements. Winston and Mayfair Clements, a couple that tied the knot in 2020, exemplify a love story that overcomes society's stereotypes and discrimination. Their path together has been characterized by both adulation and unjustified criticism. While many praised their marriage, some questioned their motives, implying that it was solely for financial gain or asking why a non-disabled person like Mayfair would choose to be in a relationship with Winston, who lives with the daily challenges of osteogenesis imperfecta, a genetic condition. He is wheelchair-bound and lower in stature than Mayfair, and he has had roughly 200 bone fractures as a result of the fragility of his bones caused by his disease. Despite these physical difficulties, Winston and Mayfair fell in love when they met at a personal development event in London in 2018. Their bond was instant as they discovered common interests and ideals. They set out on a trip that would not only enhance their love, but also have a significant influence on their town. Winston ultimately declared his love to Mayfair in November 2018, kicking off a love tale that would result in their blissful union in August 2020. Number 17. 3 Related Wives. Vicky and Valerie Darger share a husband, Joe, in a unique and atypical family dynamic. Joe is married to the twins' cousin, Alina, and they have an odd connection. The Dargers live in Salt Lake City, Utah, and follow conservative Mormon views. Their big family consists of 24 children. Joe, who runs a construction firm, has been married to Vicky for 22 years. Vicky is presently a stay-at-home mom, caring for their multiple children. Valerie joined Joe's family as his third wife in the year 2000. All three of Joe's wives have equal positions in their faith, with each having her own individual chamber. Joe alternates between these rooms, sleeping with a new lady each night. Valerie, who works with Alina in the family's cleaning company, voiced her satisfaction with the arrangement, stating, "Joe's marriage to Vicky didn't bother me at all. That indicated he'd be a terrific spouse for me as well." She even reminisced about their adolescent years, when she and Vicky were both interested in the same men. Valerie had thought about marrying the same man as her twin sister. Joe's path into this polygamous relationship began when he was 18 years old and dated both Vicky and her cousin Alina. In 1990, he confirmed their special link by marrying both Vicky and Alina in a combined Mormon ceremony. Number 16. Jolie and Ava. Jolie San Fernandez de Silva is the third tallest man in the Paraíba area of northern Brazil, towering at an incredible 7 feet 8 inches. His extraordinary height was the product of a disorder known as gigantism, which began appearing in his boyhood and finally outpaced even his own father's height by the time he was 17. Jolison lived a secluded existence for many years, shunning the public spotlight. However, his life took a dramatic change when he met paths with Ava Medeiros on Facebook. Their internet friendship rapidly developed into a strong and emotional love, culminating in their eventual marriage. Jolison's towering stature, in sharp contrast to Ava's small physique of just over 5 feet, demonstrated that love has no bounds. Jolison and Ava longed to become parents in their shared quest for happiness, anxious to bring new life into their beloved family. Despite their best efforts over the years, they encountered infertility challenges that originally confused them. Contrary to popular belief, Jolison's gigantism was caused by an overabundance of hormones that resulted in diminished testosterone synthesis, resulting in underdeveloped testicles. Their hopes of becoming biological parents were, regrettably, dashed. Jolison and Ava's perseverance and loyalty to one another, on the other hand, remained steadfast. Undaunted, they declared their desire to adopt a child, certain that the love they would pour on their adopted kid would be enormous and would transcend any physical or biological obstacles. Number 15. 5 wives. Brady Williams, a man with 5 marriages and 24 children, has chosen a life that defies American tradition. While his family is uncommon, they consider themselves to be contemporary and emancipated. Reality television helped them get into the public spotlight by shining a light on their unconventional lifestyle. The Williams family's unique arrangement began in the mid-2000s, when they moved from a rural neighborhood just outside Salt Lake City, Utah. They made a deliberate decision to separate themselves from the conservative Mormon religion that had been a part of their life for generations. This departure represented a profound shift in their fundamental views. This wasn't the first time Brady Williams had deviated from his upbringing's religious ideals. During his adolescence, his parents made the audacious choice to abandon the Orthodox Mormon Church. While he admitted that the transition was tough, he compared it to the difficulties of leaving the conservative church where all 5 of his wives had grown up. The family members of the 5 wives continued to attend church services in their neighborhood, praying for their return to the fold. Although their departure from the religious community has damaged their connections, family and friends have not abandoned them. Number 14. Analisa Hackelman. For men, having facial hair is frequently viewed as the standard, yet for women it is typically seen as less acceptable. When it comes to facial hair, not all women have a choice. One such lady is Analisa Hackelman, a California-based photographer who has battled facial hair development since she was 13 years old as a result of the hormonal disorder known as polycystic ovarian syndrome. Analisa's self-esteem eroded during her adolescence as she battled PCOS's overt manifestations. Her mother tried to provide her with a lasting answer by taking her for laser hair removal treatments, but it did not work. In order to keep her appearance presentable, Analisa discovered that she had to shave her face up to twice a day. She suffered from a crippling anxiety disorder that made it impossible for her to leave her house as a result of her ongoing problem with confidence. Even the notion of leaving the house caused severe anxiety and even tears. When Analisa first met David, her future husband, her life underwent a tremendous change. David was enthralled by Analisa's talent and demeanor after viewing some of her images on a Facebook page. Although they clicked right away, David had more qualities than just admiration. Realizing that her worries and fears were impeding their potential for a happy marriage, he urged Analisa to face them and embrace her natural hair. Number 13. Nick Vujicic. Despite being born without limbs, Nick Vujicic is a remarkable guy noted for his tenacity and determination. His life story highlights his unshakable character and his position as a caring spouse and parent. Here are some highlights from his amazing life. Nick Vujicic struggled with tetra amelia syndrome, a very uncommon condition that left him without arms and legs from birth. Despite his physical restrictions, Nick has managed to transcend them and become a motivational speaker and powerful character. Nick Vujicic is now not only a great speaker but also a loving husband and father. He lives with Kanae Vujicic, his beloved wife of 8 years. Their journey together exemplifies love's limitless possibilities. Nick was born in Melbourne, Australia, and his early life was characterized by the problems of his impairment, which led to depressive issues. What he lacks in limbs, he makes up for with his vast heart, steadfast courage, and inner power. Nick's life aim is to inspire others through his motivational speeches, which he frequently delivers to church groups and non-profit organizations. His personal tale of overcoming misfortune acts as a significant source of encouragement for many people looking for inspiration and hope. Kanae accepted Nick's proposal in August 2011, and the pair married the following year. Kiyoshi, their first kid, was born at 2013 and marked the beginning of their journey into motherhood. Dejan, their second son, was born 2 years later. Their family grew even more in 2017 with the arrival of twins, Ellie Laurel and Olivia Lay. Number 12, Akihiko Condo and Virtual Star. Akihiko Condo garnered media attention in 2018 when he secretly wed virtual music star Hatsune Miku. Since Hatsune Miku is a computer-generated hologram, a fictional figure brought to life by technology, their unorthodox connection breaks social standards. A virtual pop artist, known for her appearances in video games and even touring with Lady Gaga, Hatsune Miku is not your normal spouse. But she is more than just a virtual character to Akihiko. Prior to holding an impromptu wedding ceremony in Tokyo, he asserts that he and Hatsune were together for about 10 years. Hatsune has provided Akihiko with comfort and enabled him to fight off the worst of his sadness. They had been married for 4 years as of 2022. Together, they enjoy simple pleasures like eating, sleeping, and watching movies with a variety of Hatsune Miku dolls, and Akihiko treasures their time together. Akihiko is aware that his marriage would draw criticism, but he is adamant that his emotions are sincere. He describes himself as a fictosexual, a person who finds love and sexual appeal in fictional people. His lobbying tries to make this distinct orientation more clear. Number 11, Sheru. A unique and symbolic ceremony took place in a tiny town in the eastern Indian state of Jharkhand when an 18-year-old girl named Mongoli Munda wanted to marry a stray dog named Sheru. This unique union was motivated not by romantic love, but by a belief in the power of ritual to improve one's life. Munda's parents had sought the advice of a local guru who had informed them that their daughter was under the influence of an evil spell. Allowing her to marry a human, according to the guru, would bring ill luck to both their family and society. As a result, Mongoli decided to marry Sheru, a four-legged friend who would, in a symbolic sense, absorb her ill luck. Mongoli was first hesitant to marry a dog. She knew, however, that this was not an unusual ritual in her town, where other girls had previously been partnered with stray dogs as part of a tradition. The wedding ceremony was a one-of-a-kind mashup of cultural rites and symbols. Locals clothed Sheru in ceremonial tribal garb, and the community indulged in traditional drumming and dance, treating him as if he were a human groom. While the ritual may look strange to outsiders, it is a part of their traditional beliefs and customs. Number 10, Zombie Doll. The story of Felicity Cadlick and her unconventional love for Kelly Rossi, a zombie doll, reminds us of the age-old saying, "Don't judge a book by its cover." Felicity's unique bond with her spouse challenges societal norms and expectations, urging us to look beyond appearances and embrace the diverse ways people find love and happiness. In 2018, 20-year-old Felicity Cadlick exchanged vows with Kelly Rossi, a zombie doll, in Tiverton, Rhode Island. This extraordinary wedding, costing $500, covered Felicity's wedding dress, a tuxedo for Kelly, and venue decorations. Kelly, despite being a non-human entity, played a significant role in Felicity's life. Their connection, which had been cultivated over 4 years before their marriage, goes beyond the physical. Felicity attributes their wedding to strengthening their emotional and intimate bond. To Felicity, Kelly is more than just a doll. Their relationship is romantic, and they share profound moments together. Felicity's journey with Kelly began when her late father gifted her the doll when she was only 13 years old. Her love for zombie dolls and horror movies ignited this unique connection. However, it wasn't until Felicity turned 16 that she started to develop deep feelings for Kelly. When her father passed away in 2017, Felicity found solace and companionship in Kelly, allowing herself to be open about her emotions and love for the doll. Number 9. Melinda and Larry Mikla. Melinda and Larry Mikla's marriage is anything from typical, with a 30-year age disparity that draws notice wherever they go. To observers, they appear to be an unusual couple, occasionally mistaken for a father and daughter, or, even more uncomfortably, a granddaughter with her grandfather. In August 2012, fate intervened in Ohio and their journey began. When Melinda's automobile was involved in a small accident, Larry, a retired police officer, was the first to offer assistance. They had no idea that this accidental meeting would lead to a lifelong commitment. The couple is currently anticipating the birth of their first child together. They decided to express their excitement on social media, hoping to connect with others who may have been in similar situations. However, their statement was received with an outpouring of criticism. People mourned the age gap, worried that their child would grow up without a father or watch their father's declining years. The venom directed towards Larry and Melinda's age difference has been a constant subject in their relationship. Some have openly referred to Larry as Melinda's grandfather, calling their connection gross. Melinda, although appreciating the great parts of social networking, also recognizes its negative sides. She rightly defined it as a brutal and judgmental place, something many may relate to. Number 8. Butterfly skin couple. Due to a rare skin ailment called epidermolysis bullosa, also known as butterfly skin, Ariana and Victor have a special and difficult bond. Due to this disease, their skin is very thin and easily prone to tearing and fracturing. Ariana and Victor's experience disproves the idea that having such a rare ailment would make them feel alone and isolated, because they found comfort and enjoyment in each other's company. When they connected on Facebook in 2019, it was the start of their incredible relationship. Despite the fact that they lived in separate states at the time, their first meeting signaled the beginning of a meaningful relationship. They were separated for a while due to the COVID-19 pandemic, but they remained steadfast, which led to a touching reunion during Ariana's college graduation. Victor was impressed by Ariana's constant assurance and self-assurance at their reunion. He respected her for being unburdened by other people's opinions and content in her own skin. In addition to their personal relationship, Ariana spends a lot of time on social media sites educating people about their condition. She does admit that their relationship occasionally comes under unjustified scrutiny and criticism, though. Others wonder what they have in common and wonder if they are compatible. Despite these reservations, Ariana is adamant that having the same disease as someone else has many benefits. She and Victor are both aware of the difficulties, suffering, and frustrations they experience every day. They can talk frankly about their conditions without worrying about pain, censure, or condemnation, which fosters an uncommon level of understanding and empathy. Number 7. Anton Kraft. Anton Kraft and his girlfriend China Bell transcend traditional love and relationship standards, demonstrating that size actually does not matter when it comes to matters of the heart. Anton, who is just 4 feet 4 inches tall, is a bodybuilder who only dates women who are at least a foot taller than him. China Bell, his companion, is a transsexual woman who stands at an astounding 6 feet 3 inches and precisely fits his unusual requirement. Despite their remarkable physical contrasts, this Florida pair has discovered deep and real love in the arms of each other. Anton's charisma gradually won over China, who was first skeptical about their fit. She recalls her initial skepticism about dating a man of Anton's prominence and acknowledges that giving him a chance was one of the finest decisions she ever made. Their love tale defies conventional expectations and illustrates that real relationships transcend outward looks. Anton thinks himself to be the luckiest guy on the planet. He is not only a bodybuilder who has spent a decade sculpting his muscles, but he also claims to be the only person who can bench press 4 times his own body weight. Yet, despite all his accomplishments in the realm of strength and physique, Anton holds their love story as his greatest achievement. Number 6. Sienna Cura and George Keywood. Sienna Cura, a committed personal trainer from Sydney, Australia, consistently maintains a high level of physical fitness, a trait that is common among those in her line of work. But sometimes, we discover love in unexpected places. In Sienna's case, the actor George Keywood, well known for playing Craig in the British series People Just Do Nothing, was encountered through the television and not within her field of work. As a result of Sienna's interest in George's performance on Instagram, their love story started. Their romantic journey began when Sienna visited the UK for 6 weeks in early 2019, which was the result of fate bringing them together. Their love endured despite the distance, and it culminated in George's spectacular proposal. While it may not appear odd for two people to meet and fall in love, Sienna and George's relationship has drawn notice due to the enormous difference in their bodies and physiques. Sienna, a personal trainer, maintains a slim figure, whereas George, who is characterized as plus-sized, is taller. Trolls and detractors haven't been slow to pass judgment on their union. In addition to questioning George's health, some have called Sienna a gold digger. The couple, though, is steadfast and genuinely happy in their union. Through internet videos, they share their happy life journey and show glimmers of their joy and true love. They welcomed a baby boy into their family in 2019, and in 2022, they got married in the UK to formally declare their love for each other. Now it's time for today's subscriber pick. These photos of two incredibly unique couples have stirred quite a controversy online. While the one on the right is a heartwarming duo that proves that looks truly don't matter when you're in love, the other one has elicited a strongly negative response from the online community. Anyone would tear up thinking about the struggles of the young woman who got badly injured and burnt in an accident. She probably thought no one would ever want to be with her, but this man helped her reconnect with her inner beauty. In the second picture, you can see a little boy, not more than 12 years old, holding a baby. And no, it's not his baby brother or sister. According to some sources, the boy is the father of this baby, and the clearly adult woman with him in the picture is the mother. No wonder people are deeply disturbed by this revelation. But is this rumor true? We can't say for sure. Tell us in the comments if you know anything about them. Number 5. Motivational speakers. Motivational speakers. Sean Stevenson and Mindy Ness tell a beautiful love story that defies physical limits. Despite Sean's small stature of 2 feet 8 inches, their love is proof of the power of real connection. Their journey began in 2009 with a mutual acquaintance introducing them, and it concluded in a lovely wedding in 2012, with Mindy traveling to Chicago to be closer to Sean. While their joy is evident, the internet has not always been kind to them, with trolls doubting Sean's capacity to fulfill Mindy and guessing about her motivations, implying it's mainly for financial benefit. Their unwavering love, however, speaks volumes beyond these terrible remarks. Sean was born with a brittle bone ailment, also known as osteogenesis imperfecta, a bone growth defect. He is 35 years old. As a result of this disease, his legs are shorter than typical. His hardships were massive, with over 200 fractures to his name by the juvenile age of 18. One of his most serious mishaps occurred when he fell out of his wheelchair while walking his dog, breaking his skull, ankle, kneecap, thigh, and hip bone. Their love story started off when Mindy attended a motivational speaking event in Chicago, where Sean was a topic of conversation. The speaker emphasized Sean's extraordinary narrative, characterizing him as a guy who lived life to the fullest, despite being only 3 feet tall. Number 4. Susan and Philip Illing. Susan and Philip Illing, a couple united not only by love but also by an exceptional inter-blood tie, have come under fire from online bullies. Among the nasty remarks they received was a viral video of their wedding's first dance, which received a lot of attention for all the wrong reasons. Philip Illing of Adelaide, Australia, was born with Bethlehem myopathy, a rare form of muscular dystrophy affecting skeletal muscles and connective tissue. Over time, this disorder weakens muscles and stiffens joints. In 2016, fate led him to a place where his future wife, Susan Illing, worked diligently to serve people with impairments. Susan, who had emigrated from Kenya the previous year, soon bonded with Philip, and their love bloomed at an astonishing rate. Susan and Philip made the life-changing choice to marry just a year after they first met. Their wedding day was full of happiness and love, as seen by their unforgettable first dance. This sweet moment, however, quickly became the subject of internet venom. On Facebook, some suggested that Susan married Philip only for his financial resources, casting doubt on their marriage. Susan and Philip have emerged from their journey stronger than ever, despite the harsh and unjustified abuse they received. They remain steadfast in their love for one another and refuse to let criticism define their love story. Instead, they are looking forward to spending the rest of their lives together, cherishing the link they have formed and the love that is growing between them. Number 3. Gabriella and Victor Peralta. Gabriella and Victor Peralta from Buenos Aires, Argentina have a unique love story that is defined by their mutual interest in body alterations. They have 50 piercings between them, including 4 microdermals, 11 body implants, 5 dental implants, 4 ear expanders, 2 ear bolts, and even a forked tongue. Their bodies are also covered with an astonishing collection of tattoos, with Victor inking up 90% of his body and Gabriella inking up 65%. They claim the Guinness World Record for being the most altered couple in acknowledgement of their outstanding devotion to cosmetic alterations. Gabriella and Victor have been together for 13 years despite their unusual appearance. Their love is unbreakable, and they boldly assert that they are perfect for one another. They commemorate holidays such as Valentine's Day by making meals together and cherishing their time together. Victor fondly refers to Gabriella as his queen, emphasizing their profound love. Their remarkable bodily alterations began at a young age. Victor, then 13, brazenly got a provocative message tattooed over his fingertips, laying the groundwork for his future fascination with body art. Gabriella's first step into body modification was a red rose tattoo on her chest, which she eventually covered over with further artwork. They have continued to modify their bodies since then, covering practically every possible inch of flesh. Number 2, Musa Sandana. Musa Sandana Kaba, sometimes known as Grand P, is a complex Guinean personality. He's a politician, as well as a singer and social media influencer. Grand P's peculiarity derives from progeria, a rare genetic disorder that affects just 1 in every 20 million people globally. This syndrome causes rapid aging and is related to health issues such as heart disease, arthritis, hip dislocation, and cataracts. Despite his condition, Grand P stands 3 feet 6 inches tall. However, his size is not what distinguishes him. Grand P has received a lot of attention as a result of his connection with model Eudoxie Yao. Their love story, which they have passionately confessed, has piqued the interest of many. Given their high reputations, some have questioned the legitimacy of their relationship, considering it to be a publicity hoax. Eudoxie Yao, on the other hand, has strongly defended their relationship, claiming that she is unconcerned about public opinion and is sincerely in love with Grand P. She has expressed thanks for the support they have received, emphasizing that real love transcends physical looks and cultural expectations. Their relationship milestones became public knowledge. They openly declared their love for each other in 2020, and by early 2021, they had taken the crucial step of being engaged. Number 1. Susan Amen. Susan Amen, a 740-pound mother, discovered love in an unlikely place, the kitchen. Her objective is to become the world's heaviest person, with a target weight of more than 730 kilos, and her fiancé, Parker Clack, is a chef. Their unusual love story draws eyes, but it also demonstrates the power of acceptance and support. Susan has made news of her incredible desire to become the heaviest person on record. Last year, she openly declared her ambition to accomplish this weight goal. Parker Clack shares her journey and enjoys cooking for her. They met online and instantly became friends, which led Parker to move to Susan's home in Casa Grande, Arizona. Parker enthusiastically supports Susan's contentious objective, even going so far as to prepare hearty handmade breakfasts for her, with bacon, scrambled eggs, fried potatoes, generous pieces of bread, and even salad, demonstrating a balance between their distinct lifestyle and health concerns. Susan, who wears a size 10 XL, continues to gain weight with Parker's assistance, taking day outings to the park with her 2 boys pushing her wheelchair. Her desire to become the world's heaviest person, surpassing the former record holder Carol Ann Yeager, who passed away in 1994 from morbid obesity-related renal failure, has sparked interest and worry. Despite physicians' warnings that Susan is endangering her health, she stays steadfast in her belief that her body is somehow extraordinary and capable of handling the enormous weight. The circumstance presents ethical concerns regarding human choices, health, and the responsibility of loved ones in assisting with these decisions. We hope you enjoyed this video. We'll see you in the next one.